In the far reaches of northern Cameroon, where the golden savannah stretches endlessly toward the shimmering expanse of Lake Chad, lies a realm of breathtaking beauty and ancient mystery. Here the land is painted in hues of ochre and emerald, a tapestry woven by the hands of time and the rhythm of the seasons. This is Waza National Park, a jewel set in the crown of Cameroon, gleaming with life and history. Waza is a sanctuary for Africa's most magnificent creatures. Herds of elephants move like ancient shadows across the plains. Giraffes stride gracefully among the acacias. And antelope gather in the cool of dawn, their silhouettes etched against the rising sun. Every corner of this park pulses with the heartbeat of wild Africa. The story of Waza began in 1934, when it was set aside as a refuge for the astonishing diversity of life that flourished here. In a time when the world was changing rapidly, this land was recognized as a treasure worth protecting, a living archive of Africa's natural heritage. Over the decades, Waza has stood as a testament to the vision of those who understood the value of wildness and to the resilience of the creatures who call it home. The geography of Waza is as dramatic as its history. Spanning over 1,700 square kilometers, the park is a vast open plain, its surface transformed by the annual dance of the rains. In the dry season, the earth is parched and dusty, the grass is brittle beneath the relentless sun, but when the rains arrive, the land awakens in a surge of green. Grasses spring up, trees burst into leaf, and the air is filled with the scent of new life. This transformation is nothing short of miraculous. Water pools in shallow depressions, drawing animals from every corner of the park. Wildebeest and antelope migrate in great numbers, following the promise of fresh grazing. Elephants gather at the water's edge, their trunks raised in greeting to the storm-laden sky. The park becomes a living mosaic, a congregation of life unrivaled in West and Central Africa. Waza is a living library of biological wonders. Rare and elusive species find sanctuary here, from the regal lion stalking through tall grasses to the kaleidoscope of birds that fill the air with color and song. Each creature, no matter how small, plays a vital role in the intricate web of life that sustains the park. From the tiniest insect clinging to a blade of grass to the mighty predators that rule the savannah, every life here is interwoven. The balance is delicate, maintained by ancient rhythms, predator and prey, drought and flood, birth and death. Waza is not merely a collection of animals and plants, it is a perfectly balanced system, a community that has endured for millennia. The air in Waza is thick with the scent of wild herbs and the electric promise of rain. Storm clouds gather on the horizon, their shadows racing across the grasslands. The silence is profound, broken only by the distant call of a bird or the low rumble of thunder, a reminder that here nature's voice is the only authority. In this world every movement is a story. The rustle of grass betrays the passage of an unseen animal. A flash of color signals the flight of a bird. Each moment is a window into the secret lives of Waza's inhabitants, a glimpse of the wildness that endures beyond the reach of human hands. To witness Waza is to witness a world apart, a place where the ancient rhythms of nature still hold sway, and where the wonders of the wild are revealed to those who are patient and attentive. Here the land asks for nothing but respect, and in return it offers moments of pure, unadulterated wonder. The waterways that thread through Waza are lifelines, sustaining the delicate balance of this ecosystem. At their banks, animals gather in uneasy truce, drawn by the promise of water in a land where every drop is precious. Waza National Park is more than a protected area. It is a living testament to the enduring power and beauty of the natural world. Its history, geography, and significance reach far beyond the borders of Cameroon, offering lessons in resilience, harmony, and the profound interconnectedness of all life. As the sun sets over the endless grasslands, casting long shadows across the earth, Waza glows with the quiet majesty of a true jewel, untouched, unspoiled, and utterly irreplaceable. The beauty of Waza National Park is both grand and subtle, a masterpiece painted by nature's own hand over countless millennia. Here, the land stretches out in a vast, unbroken expanse where the horizon seems to dissolve into the endless sky. It is a landscape of immense scale, where the sky seems to go on forever, a dome of blue arching over the golden plains. The horizon is a clean, sharp line, broken only by the flat-topped acacia trees that stand like lonely sentinels across the plains, their silhouettes etched against the sky, guardians of the savannah. During the dry season, the landscape is transformed into a tapestry of muted colours. Soft yellows, dusty browns, and deep ochres dominate the scene, as if the earth itself is holding its breath. The ground is cracked and thirsty, its surface etched with intricate patterns from months without rain, waiting patiently for the life-giving storms that will awaken the land. It is a landscape of stark, minimalist beauty, where the sheer emptiness of the space can feel both humbling and exhilarating. The plains stretch on, dotted only by the occasional shrub or lone tree, each one a testament to survival. Every small detail stands out in this simplicity, a single wildflower blooming defiantly in the dust, a lizard darting across the parched ground, their presence magnified by the vastness around them. Then, with the arrival of the wet season, the transformation is nothing short of miraculous. The first rains fall and the park undergoes a complete and utter metamorphosis. The air is charged with the scent of fresh earth, and the land seems to awaken from a long slumber. What was once a parched and dusty plain becomes a vibrant mosaic of green, as grasses and wildflowers burst forth in a riot of colour, carpeting the savannah in life. The floodplains, known locally as Yeris, fill with water, creating vast, shallow lakes that shimmer under the African sun, reflecting clouds and sky in their glassy surfaces. These seasonal wetlands become the pulsing heart of the park, drawing enormous numbers of animals and birds to their life-giving waters. The air is alive with the calls of waterfowl and the rustle of creatures in the reeds. The air grows heavy and humid, thick with the rich aroma of damp earth and blooming flowers, a sensory tapestry woven by the rains. It is a time of abundance and celebration in the natural world, when every living thing seems to rejoice in the return of water and warmth. The contrast with the dry season could not be more dramatic. It is as if the entire world has been repainted overnight, the colours now bold and electric, the air buzzing with renewed energy. The light in Waza has a special, almost magical quality, shifting with the time of day and the moods of the weather. In the early morning, it is soft and golden, casting long dramatic shadows across the land, painting the plains in hues of honey and amber. This is the time when the park is most alive, when animals emerge to graze and hunt before the heat of the day, their movements graceful and unhurried in the cool dawn. The colours are at their most intense, the air crisp and fresh, carrying the promise of a new day. By midday the sun climbs high and fierce, bleaching the landscape to a pale brilliance, and most creatures retreat to the shade, seeking respite from the relentless heat. But as evening approaches, the magic returns, and the land is bathed in a gentle, forgiving light. The sky becomes a canvas of pink, orange, and purple, the colours swirling and deepening as the sun sinks toward the horizon. The sunsets here are simply breathtaking, a daily spectacle that never fails to inspire awe, as if the world itself pauses to watch. Exploring this landscape is an experience for all the senses, an immersion into a world shaped by wind, water, and sun. You can feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, the gentle caress of a breeze that stirs the tall grasses, carrying with it the scent of wild herbs and distant rain. The air vibrates with the constant hum of insects, a living soundtrack that pulses through the bush, underscoring the rhythm of life here. In the distance, the heat shimmers above the ground, creating mirages that dance and flicker on the horizon, illusions born of sun and air. There is an ancient, almost timeless feeling to this place, a sense that you are witnessing the world as it has always been, raw, wild, and profoundly real. Every tree, every waterhole, every patch of shade is steeped in history, each one a silent witness to the endless cycles of drought and rain, life and death. This is a landscape sculpted not by human hands but by the timeless, patient forces of wind, water and sun, a living testament to the enduring power and beauty of the natural world. There is perhaps no animal that better embodies the wild, untamed heart of Africa than the elephant. Their presence is felt long before they are seen, a distant rumble beneath your feet, a gentle tremor in the air, the subtle shifting of the tall grass as a shadowy form passes through. Here in Waza National Park, elephants reign as the undisputed monarchs of the savannah, their movements shaping the rhythm of life for countless other creatures. At dawn, the herds begin their ancient pilgrimage, moving in single file across the dew-soaked plains. The matriarch leads with quiet authority, her memory guiding the way along routes travelled by generations before her. Each elephant bears the marks of a long life, wrinkled grey skin, wise, searching eyes, and a calm that belies their immense power. Their every gesture speaks of a deep, unspoken understanding of the land and each other. Despite their size, they move with astonishing grace, their padded feet barely disturbing the earth. The herd glides through the grass, communicating in low, resonant rumbles that vibrate through the ground, messages meant for ears miles away. The matriarch's leadership is absolute but gentle. She decides when to move, when to rest, and where to find water. The family follows, calves nestled safely between adults, learning the subtle language of trunk touches and body postures. Life in Waza is a constant journey. The elephants' days are shaped by the relentless search for food and water, their migration patterns shifting with the seasons. In the dry months they trek for miles, their memories guiding them to hidden waterholes and groves of nourishing trees. When water is scarce, the herds gather at the last remaining pools, their trunks reaching deep into the muddy water, drawing up life with each careful sip. The air is thick with the sound of splashing and the low, contented rumbles of elephants reunited. At these gatherings, the bonds of family are on full display. Elephants greet each other with entwined trunks, reaffirming connections that have lasted a lifetime. Calves play under the watchful eyes of their mothers, while older siblings gently nudge them away from danger. Watch as a mother guides her calf with infinite patience, or as young males test their strength in playful sparring matches, learning the skills they'll need as adults. Elephants are gentle giants, nurturing and affectionate. They comfort one another in times of distress, and their trunks are instruments of both strength and tenderness. When a member of the herd passes away, the others gather in silent vigil, touching and caressing the body in a display of mourning. And when a new calf is born, the entire herd celebrates, trumpeting and crowding around the newborn in a joyful welcome. Their emotional lives are rich and complex. When danger threatens, the adults form a protective circle around the calves. Their bodies a living shield. Every touch, every rumble, every glance is a thread in the tapestry of their social world. With the arrival of the rains, the landscape is transformed. Floodplains fill, grass grows tall and green, and the elephant's world becomes one of abundance. The herds revel in the water, splashing and spraying each other in exuberant displays. Calves chase each other through the shallows, their trumpets echoing across the plains. A bathing elephant is a vision of pure joy. rolling, submerging and raising its trunk in contentment, savouring the cool relief. After bathing, they coat themselves in mud, a ritual that protects their skin from the harsh sun and biting insects. The mud dries and cracks, falling away to reveal fresh, clean skin beneath. To follow the herd as they wind through the lush, rain-soaked savannah is to witness a living story, one of survival, memory and kinship. Each step is purposeful, each path chosen with care. The elephants know every inch of their territory. They remember the location of distant waterholes, the fruiting trees, and the safest routes through the grasslands. Their migration is a dance with the seasons, a journey written in memory and instinct. The matriarch's wisdom is the herd's greatest asset. She leads them along invisible trails, her knowledge passed down through generations, ensuring the survival of her family. As the sun sets, the herd pauses, silhouetted against the vast African sky. It is a moment of peace, a reminder of their deep connection to this land. To observe these gentle giants is to be humbled by their presence, to feel a profound respect for their intelligence, their resilience, and their role in the ecosystem. Elephants are the architects of their world. By knocking down trees, they open up the landscape, creating grasslands that support countless other species. Their actions shape the environment, turning dense woodland into open plains, and their trails become highways for other animals. Even their dung is a gift, spreading seeds, fertilizing the soil, and nurturing new life wherever they roam. Their presence enriches the park in ways both seen and unseen, supporting a web of life that stretches across the savannah. Yet for all their strength, elephants are vulnerable. The challenges they face, drought, shrinking habitats, and the ever-present threat of poaching, cast a shadow over their future. The loss of even one elephant to poaching is a tragedy, not just for the herd, but for the entire ecosystem. The absence of a matriarch can leave a family lost, their knowledge and memories gone forever. To see them here living freely is to witness hope, a testament to the resilience of nature when given the chance to thrive. The story of Waza's elephants is one of endurance, wisdom and wonder. They are a living legacy, a treasure for all time, and their journey across the savannah is a reminder of the wild beauty that still endures in the heart of Africa. Rising high above the acacia treetops, the giraffe is a living monument to the wonders of Waza National Park. Their elongated necks stretch skyward, allowing them to survey the vast savannah with an unmatched perspective, their silhouettes etched against the golden African horizon. Each giraffe is adorned with a unique mosaic of chestnut patches and creamy lines, their coats catching the sunlight in a dazzling display of nature's artistry. Their impossibly long necks, supported by powerful muscles and 7 elongated vertebrae, are both elegant and functional, a marvel of adaptation. As they move, their bodies sway in a gentle, rocking rhythm, each step deliberate and unhurried. The slow-motion grace of their gait seems to slow time itself, as if the world pauses to watch these gentle giants cross the plains. Feeding is a ritual of precision and patience. With nimble, prehensile tongues that can extend up to 45 centimeters, giraffes delicately pluck the freshest, most succulent leaves from the very tops of acacia trees, leaves that no other large animal can reach. Their tongues are tough and dexterous, able to navigate around sharp thorns with ease. This exclusive access to the treetop buffet gives giraffes a unique niche in the ecosystem. While antelope and elephants graze below, giraffes browse above, ensuring that every layer of the savannah's vegetation is utilized and maintained. Their towering height is not just for feeding, it makes them the vigilant sentinels of the savannah. From their lofty vantage, giraffes scan the horizon, their large, sensitive eyes ever watchful for the faintest sign of movement, alert to the presence of predators. The giraffes of Waza are Kordofan giraffes, a critically endangered subspecies whose numbers have dwindled across Africa. Each individual here is a precious thread in the fragile tapestry of their survival. The sanctuary of Waza National Park is a lifeline for these gentle giants, a place where they can roam, feed, and raise their young in relative safety, far from the threats that haunt them elsewhere. To witness a group of giraffes thriving here, their coats gleaming and their movements unhurried, is to glimpse hope for the future of their kind, a testament to the power of conservation. Giraffes are social, yet independent. They gather in loose, ever-shifting groups, drifting apart and coming together in a silent ballet across the open plains. Their social bonds are subtle, communicated through gentle touches and shared glances. Despite their size, giraffes can vanish into the landscape, their patchwork coats blending seamlessly with the dappled light and shadow of the woodlands. A glimpse of a long neck or a flickering ear is often all that betrays their presence. To stumble upon a giraffe in the wild is to experience a moment of quiet magic, a fleeting encounter that lingers in memory, as if the bush itself has revealed a secret. Among the most remarkable sights in the savannah is a giraffe drinking. To lower its head to the water, it must splay its long front legs wide, folding itself into an awkward, vulnerable posture. In this moment, the giraffe is exposed, its attention divided between thirst and the ever-present threat of predators. Every sip is taken with caution, every movement measured. Safety comes in numbers. While some giraffes drink, others stand tall and vigilant, scanning the surroundings for danger. They take turns, each trusting the others to keep watch. The air at the waterhole is thick with tension. A single alarm can send the entire group lurching upright, ready to flee at a moment's notice. It is a vivid reminder of the constant challenges of life in the wild. In the open savannah, another drama unfolds, the ritual of necking. Here, male giraffes engage in slow-motion combat, swinging their long necks and heavy heads in powerful arcs, each blow a test of strength and endurance. This contest is both strange and mesmerizing, a dance of dominance that determines access to mates and establishes the social hierarchy among males. The presence of these graceful giants transforms the landscape of Waza, their forms rising above the grasslands like living sculptures. Their calm, unhurried movements bring a sense of tranquility to the plains, a gentle counterpoint to the restless energy of other wildlife. Unlike the bustling herds of antelope or buffalo, giraffes seem to inhabit a quieter, more contemplative world, moving through the grasslands with a serene detachment. Their large, dark eyes, fringed with long lashes, survey the world with a placid curiosity, taking in every detail of their surroundings as they glide through the park like gentle spirits. To meet the gaze of a giraffe is to sense a quiet intelligence, a connection to a creature shaped by millennia of evolution to thrive in this wild, beautiful land. The giraffe is a living masterpiece, a symbol of Africa's wild beauty, a testament to the delicate balance of life in Waza National Park, and a reminder of the wonders that await those who venture into the heart of the savannah. As dawn breaks over the endless grasslands of Waza, a gentle mist clings to the earth, and the first rays of sunlight reveal a world teeming with life. The antelopes emerge, cautious yet determined, their silhouettes moving gracefully through the golden haze. Each species of antelope here is a master of survival, perfectly attuned to the rhythms of this wild land. The cob, with their reddish-brown coats, gather in tight herds, their bodies press close for safety as they graze on the dew-laden grass. The sunlight catches their coats, setting them aglow as they move in unison, every muscle relaxed, yet beneath the calm, a current of tension runs through the herd. These antelopes are the embodiment of grace, their movements fluid and silent, their senses always alert to the faintest sound or movement in the grass. The males, with their elegant lyre-shaped horns, stand as sentinels, scanning the horizon for any sign of danger, ready to sound the alarm at the slightest hint of threat. Among them, the roan antelopes move with a different kind of caution. Larger and more imposing, they keep to the edges of the open plains, their dark facial markings and tufted ears giving them a striking, almost masked appearance. Their eyes are sharp, their ears constantly swivelling, picking up the faintest rustle in the grass. They are wary, preferring the safety of small family groups where every member is a lookout. In these close-knit groups, trust and vigilance are everything. A single misstep could mean disaster, and then, almost like a shadow, the corrigum appears, a rare and powerful antelope, its body built for speed, its senses razor-sharp. When danger threatens, the corrigum explodes into motion, its hooves pounding the earth in a blur of speed, vanishing into the tall grass before a predator can even react. These herds, vast and ever-moving, are the heartbeat of Waza. Their constant migration shapes the land, their grazing keeps the grasslands healthy and vibrant. As they feed, they trim the grass, preventing overgrowth and creating a mosaic of habitats for countless other creatures, but this abundance draws eyes from the shadows. Lions, the silent rulers of the savannah, watch from a distance, their golden eyes fixed on the herds. The antelopes know they are never truly safe. Every mouthful of grass is taken with caution, every step measured, every sense on high alert. Heads snap up, ears flick, nostrils flare. Each antelope is a sentinel, reading the wind, searching for the scent of danger. Their survival depends on this vigilance. A single moment of distraction can be fatal. Suddenly a tail flicks, a head jerks up, an unspoken signal ripples through the herd. Instantly the calm is shattered. The ground trembles as hundreds of hooves thunder across the plain, a living wave of muscle and instinct fleeing from an unseen threat. In these moments speed is everything. Only the swiftest and most alert will survive the chase. And always, in the tall grass or beneath the shade of an acacia, the lions wait. Patient, silent, calculating, the pride is a force of nature, powerful, disciplined, and bound by a silent code. The male stands tall, a symbol of dominance, while the lionesses move with lethal intent. They are the undisputed rulers of this kingdom, their presence felt even when unseen. When night falls and the world is cloaked in darkness, the lion's roar splits the silence, a sound so deep and powerful it seems to shake the very earth. It is a declaration, a warning, a song of power that echoes for miles, sending shivers through every creature that hears it. Across the silent plains the message is clear: this land belongs to the lions. By day the pride rests, their bodies sprawled in the shade, golden fur blending with the dry grass, their breathing slow and steady. In the heat they seem almost lazy, their eyes half closed, but beneath the calm every muscle is coiled, every sense alert. Their camouflage is perfect, their golden coats merging with the sun-bleached grass, making them nearly invisible to the untrained eye. They may appear to doze, but the slightest sound, a distant hoofbeat, a rustle in the grass, brings instant alertness. Eyes snap open, ears prick forward, and the pride is ready. Muscles tense, bodies poised. Every lion is prepared to spring into action at a moment's notice. The hunt is a masterpiece of strategy and suspense. The lionesses, silent and focused, fan out through the tall grass, their bodies low, every movement calculated. Communication is silent, just a flick of a tail, a glance, a subtle shift in position. The tension is electric. The lionesses lead, their coordination flawless, each one knowing her role in the unfolding drama. They move as one, a living net closing in on the unsuspecting herd. Using the cover of tall grass and the dim light of dawn or dusk, they draw ever closer, hearts pounding, every sense focused on the target. Suddenly the silence shatters. The chase erupts in a blur of motion, lions sprinting, antelopes scattering, dust rising in the golden light. The lions unleash their power in a short, explosive burst, every muscle straining for the catch, but the antelopes are swift and agile, zigzagging through the grass, leaping and twisting to evade capture. More often than not, the hunt ends in failure. The lions pause, panting, their sides heaving, the tension of the hunt giving way to exhaustion. For both predator and prey, survival is a relentless test. In these moments, the ancient dance between hunter and hunted is laid bare. a drama of instinct, skill and chance played out with no audience but the wild itself. As the sun sets and the savannah is painted in hues of fire and shadow, the cycle continues. Every day is a new chapter in the story of survival. Here in Waza, every creature lives on the edge, locked in a suspenseful struggle for existence, a world where only the most vigilant, the swiftest and the most cunning endure. As the relentless dry season deepens, Waza's remaining waterholes and rivers become the lifeblood of the savannah. These shrinking oases, surrounded by cracked earth and golden grasses, draw every creature for miles around. But none command the scene quite like the hippos and crocodiles, two titans whose presence shapes the very rhythm of life here. The pools and rivers are magnets for all forms of life, but they are dominated by two ancient and formidable creatures, the hippopotamus and the crocodile. Their coexistence is a delicate balance, a silent truce forged over millennia. By day, hippos become the river's silent sentinels. Submerged beneath the surface, only their eyes, ears and nostrils break the water's mirror, scanning for threats and rivals. The water shields their sensitive skin from the sun's punishing heat, and the river becomes their fortress. Hippos gather in massive pods, sometimes dozens strong. Their deep, thunderous grunts and honks echo across the water, a chorus that proclaims their dominance. Each pod is a tightly knit society, bound by complex social hierarchies and subtle displays of power. Despite their seemingly placid demeanor, hippos are among Africa's most dangerous animals. When threatened, they explode with astonishing speed and aggression, jaws gaping wide to reveal tusks capable of crushing bone. Their territorial battles are fierce, and even the mighty crocodile gives them a wide berth. As dusk falls, the river stirs with anticipation. One by one, hippos heave their massive bodies from the water, embarking on nightly pilgrimages across the plains. The air is thick with the scent of grass and the promise of darkness. Under the pale glow of the moon, hippos graze in silence, their hulking forms moving like shadows across the grasslands. Each night they may travel kilometers in search of food, consuming up to 40 kilograms of grass before returning to the safety of the water. Their nightly wanderings carve deep trails through the bush, highways of survival that other animals follow. These paths become lifelines, connecting water to grazing grounds and shaping the very landscape of Waza. To witness the emergence of hippos at sunset is to feel the pulse of the wild. The air vibrates with their presence, and the ground trembles beneath their weight as they move with purpose into the night. In the darkness their silhouettes loom against the star-strewn sky. The sound of their powerful jaws tearing grass is a reminder of their strength and the vital role they play in shaping the ecosystem. This daily migration from water to land and back again is a heartbeat that sustains the park. Hippos aerate the soil, disperse seeds, and create habitats for countless other species, their presence echoing through every corner of Waza. Sharing these vital waterways are the Nile crocodiles, ancient predators whose lineage stretches back to the age of dinosaurs. They are the silent rulers of the river, perfectly adapted to a life of stealth and patience. Crocodiles are masters of ambush. With only their eyes and nostrils above the surface, they blend seamlessly into the muddy banks, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. For hours they can remain motionless, indistinguishable from a floating log. Their patience is legendary, their stillness a mask for the explosive power that lies beneath. Beneath the water's surface, crocodiles are formidable hunters. Their muscular tails propel them with lightning speed, and their jaws snap shut with bone-crushing force. When an unsuspecting animal approaches the water's edge, the crocodile erupts from the depths in a blur of motion, seizing its prey in a deadly embrace. The struggle is brief, the outcome inevitable. For herds of antelope or zebra, crossing the river is a test of courage and instinct. The water, so vital for life, becomes a gauntlet of danger, every ripple a potential threat. The animals hesitate, senses straining for any sign of movement. They know that beneath the calm surface, death waits in silence. Only the swift and the bold survive the crossing, dashing through the shallows in a desperate race against the lurking predators. The relationship between hippos and crocodiles is a study in mutual tolerance and wary respect. Both are rulers of their domain, yet their paths cross daily in the crowded waters. Most of the time they ignore each other, each aware of the other's power. The river is big enough for both as long as boundaries are respected. An adult hippo, with its immense size and crushing jaws, is too formidable for even the largest crocodile to challenge. But the young, the weak, or the unwary may fall victim to the crocodile's stealth. In these rare moments, the ancient rivalry flares into violence, yet for the most part, hippos and crocodiles coexist in a fragile peace, two ancient rulers sharing the same aquatic kingdom, each playing a vital role in the ecosystem's balance. To watch life unfold at these waterholes is to witness a drama as old as time. Every day the stage is set anew, and the actors, hippos, crocodiles, and countless others, play their parts in a story of survival, power, and adaptation. Here, the struggle for water and life brings all of Waza's inhabitants together in a spectacle of tension and beauty, a living testament to the wild heart of Africa, where hippos and crocodiles reign supreme. Waza National Park is not just a sanctuary for Africa's iconic mammals, it is a living, breathing paradise for birds, where every branch, reed, and open sky is alive with fluttering wings and vibrant calls. Over 370 species have been recorded here, transforming Waza into one of the continent's most vital bird sanctuaries. From the moment dawn breaks, the park awakens with a chorus of life. The air shivers with the melodies of countless birds, the liquid trills of larks, the sharp whistles of bee-eaters, and the bubbling songs of cisticolas. Each note weaves into a symphony that is both ancient and ever-changing, a soundtrack that follows you through every corner of the park. Watch as the tiny, iridescent sunbird darts from blossom to blossom, its feathers flashing emerald and sapphire in the sunlight, sipping nectar with its slender, curved bill. In stark contrast, the mighty ostrich strides across the open plains, its powerful legs kicking up dust, its keen eyes scanning the horizon. The sheer range of size, colour and behaviour among Waza's birds is nothing short of astonishing. The seasonal floodplains are a haven for water birds. Here the air is thick with the honking, quacking and chattering of countless species. When the rains transform the land, vast shallow wetlands appear, drawing in enormous flocks of migratory birds from as far as Europe and Asia. These travellers, weary from their journeys, find refuge and abundance in Waza's flooded grasslands. Picture thousands of white-faced whistling ducks, their soft, musical calls echoing across the water, mingling with the gentle splashes of garganys and northern pintails as they dabble and preen in the shallows. Great white pelicans glide in perfect formation, working together to herd fish into tight groups before plunging their massive bills beneath the surface. Nearby, crowned cranes, regal and elegant, leap and bow in their elaborate courtship dances, their golden crests catching the light as they call to one another in trumpeting voices. At times, the sky and water seem to merge beneath a swirling mass of wings, flamingos, stilts and plovers all jostling for space, their colours and calls blending into a living tapestry that dazzles the senses. This spectacle is a testament to the park's incredible productivity, a sign of a thriving ecosystem where every niche is filled and every resource is shared. Even as the wetlands recede, the dry woodlands and savannas come alive with their own cast of avian characters. Here, the air is filled with the chatter of hornbills, the metallic calls of starlings, and the soft cooing of doves. High above, martial eagles and battlers soar on rising thermals, their wings outstretched, eyes sharp and unblinking as they scan for movement below. These raptors are the silent rulers of the sky, their presence a reminder of the wildness that still reigns here. On the ground, the northern ground hornbill stalks through the tall grass, its black feathers gleaming, its red throat pouch vivid against the green. These birds move in family groups, their deep, booming calls resonating across the savannah as they hunt for insects and small reptiles. In the acacia trees, glossy starlings shimmer in the sunlight, their feathers a riot of blues and greens. Nearby, weaver birds are hard at work, weaving intricate nests that dangle from the branches like living ornaments, their constant chatter a sign of bustling avian industry. Each bird, from the smallest finch to the largest eagle, plays a vital role in the park's delicate balance. Their lives are woven together in a complex web of interactions: predators and prey, pollinators and seed dispersers, singers and silent watchers. Vultures, with their keen eyesight and powerful beaks, are the park's clean-up crew, swiftly disposing of carcasses and keeping disease at bay. Hornbills and other fruit-eaters help to plant the future, scattering seeds far and wide as they feast on the park's bounty. Insect-eating birds flit through the grasses and trees, keeping pest populations in check and ensuring the health of the ecosystem. Every species, no matter how large or small, is an essential thread in this living tapestry, a tapestry that is constantly being woven and rewoven with each passing season. To pause and watch the birds of Waza is to witness the park's soul, the flash of a kingfisher's wings, the haunting call of a cuckoo at dusk, the delicate flutter of a butterfly perched beside a sunbird. Here, the health of the ecosystem is measured not just by its giants, but by its smallest, most colourful inhabitants, each one a vital part of Waza's wild, wondrous world. In Waza National Park, life pulses to a rhythm as old as the land itself, a cadence shaped by the endless turning of the earth, the shifting of the seasons, and the timeless dance between sun and shadow. Each day begins with the golden promise of sunrise and ends with the hush of dusk, marking the passage of time in a world where clocks are unnecessary. The seasons, too, are storytellers, each one bringing its own trials and gifts, its own chapter in the saga of survival. When the dry season arrives, the land is transformed, the earth cracks beneath the relentless sun, and the air shimmers with heat. Waterholes shrink, and the animals, buffalo, antelope, and countless others, are drawn into a daily pilgrimage searching for the last precious drops. The savannah becomes a crucible, testing every creature. The riverbeds, once lifelines, are now only memories etched in the dust. Here water is more valuable than gold, and every journey is a gamble. At the remaining waterholes, the drama of survival unfolds. Elephants, antelopes, and birds gather, their lives converging in tense moments of competition and uneasy truce. The strong endure, the resourceful adapt, and the weak quietly fade away. In the heat of midday, the savannah falls silent. Animals seek shade, conserving energy, waiting for the cool relief of night or the distant promise of rain. It is a time of patience, of quiet endurance, where every heartbeat is a testament to resilience. The dry season is unforgiving. Vultures circle overhead, ever watchful, as the weak and weary succumb to the harshness. Yet this cycle of scarcity is vital. It ensures that only the fittest survive, strengthening the generations to come. Then, as if in answer to silent prayers, thunderheads gather on the horizon. The first flash of lightning splits the sky, and the rhythm of life shifts. The first raindrops fall, and the savannah awakens. Antelopes leap, elephants trumpet, and the air is filled with the scent of renewal. The arrival of the rains is a celebration written into the bones of every creature. The perfume of rain on parched earth is a signal. Life is returning. Animals lift their heads, nostrils flaring, as hope stirs in every heart. In a matter of days, the transformation is astonishing. Brown plains blush green, and the landscape is reborn. Rivers flow again, and the air hums with the energy of new beginnings. Grass erupts in a riot of colour, and herds gather to feast. The abundance is overwhelming, a reward for those who endured the long drought. Where once there was struggle and solitude, now there is community. Elephants, antelopes, and buffaloes congregate on the lush floodplains, their numbers swelling as the land provides once more. It is a season of plenty, of feasting and play. New life emerges, calves and fawns take their first steps, guided by mothers who have survived the trials of the dry months. The great migrations begin as animals move in synchrony with the pulse of the land. This shift from scarcity to abundance is the heartbeat of Waza, a force that has shaped every life here for millennia. Every creature, from the smallest insect to the mightiest elephant, is attuned to these cycles. Their days and nights, their migrations and matings are all orchestrated by the ancient rhythms of the park. Lions prowl in the cool hours of dawn and dusk, their movements guided by instinct and opportunity, their lives woven into the fabric of the savannah. Antelopes approach water with caution, ever alert to the dangers that lurk nearby. Their vigilance is a lesson written by generations of survival. Elephants follow ancient paths, their memories stretching back through time, leading their young to the best grazing as the seasons turn. These are not lessons taught, but instincts etched deep within. Each animal carries the wisdom of its ancestors, responding to cues as subtle as a shift in the wind or the scent of distant rain. To witness this is to glimpse eternity, a world governed by cycles older than memory, where every life is part of a greater whole. The sky itself seems to breathe, clouds drifting over ancient baobabs, marking the slow passage of time in a landscape unchanged for centuries. The tracks left in the mud tell stories of journeys taken, of migrations that have shaped the land and its inhabitants for countless generations. Even as night falls, the rhythm continues. Nocturnal creatures emerge, their lives unfolding in the cool darkness, guided by the same ancient patterns. The heat of the day, the chill of the night. Each is a note in the symphony of existence, felt by every living thing beneath the vast African sky. The land and its creatures are inseparable, their destinies entwined in a dance as old as time. Every migration, every birth, every struggle is a verse in the ongoing song of Waza. In the eyes of the animals you see the reflection of the land, the hope, the hardship, the unbroken connection to the cycles that sustain all life here. The ancient rhythms of Waza are not just patterns, they are the heartbeat of the wild, a living memory that endures in every creature, every blade of grass, every drop of rain. In this place, untouched by the noise of modern life, the ancient rhythms continue, timeless, unbroken, and profoundly beautiful. Our journey through Waza National Park has revealed a world where the wild still reigns, where every sunrise brings new stories of survival, and every sunset whispers the ancient secrets of the land. Here the drama of life unfolds in breathtaking detail, untouched by the hand of man. We have wandered the golden savannas alongside gentle giants, elephants whose every step shapes the land, and giraffes who browse the treetops, sculpting the skyline with their graceful silhouettes. We have watched the silent sentinels of the plains, zebras, ever vigilant, and lions, regal and powerful, resting in the shade as they prepare for the hunt that sustains the balance of this ecosystem. We have felt the pulse of the wild in the chase of the cheetah, the prowl of the lion, and the unyielding will to survive that defines every creature here. The air is alive with the symphony of birds, each call a note in the grand orchestra of life, each wing beat a testament to the freedom and beauty of the skies above Waza. By the water's edge, ancient rhythms play out. Herds gather to drink, wary of the crocodiles that lurk beneath the surface, a reminder that every life here is woven into a tapestry of risk and reward, of life and death. Waza is a living, breathing treasure, a sanctuary where the wonders of the natural world are preserved in their purest form, a place that echoes with the stories of countless generations. It stands as a window into the past, a glimpse of what our planet once was before the relentless march of human progress began to reshape the wild places of the earth. Each sunrise and sunset over these plains carries a message, a call to remember that the fate of this wilderness is not assured, that its future depends on choices made far beyond its borders. The survival of Waza's wild inhabitants is threatened by forces they cannot comprehend. Climate change that shifts the seasons, droughts that parch the land, and the ever-present struggle for water and food. The delicate balance of life here is easily tipped. A single season of drought can mean hardship for thousands, a reminder of how fragile this world truly is. The encroachment of the outside world looms ever closer as forests and grasslands shrink, and the boundaries of the wild are pushed back, inch by inch. Even within the sanctuary of Waza, danger persists. The ever-watchful antelope and nesting birds know that safety is never guaranteed, that every day is a gift. The animals have learned to adapt, to protect their young, to move as one. Their resilience is a lesson in survival, a testament to the power of nature's will. Yet their strength alone is not enough. The challenges they face are greater than any one herd, any single species. The future of Waza depends on the harmony of all its inhabitants, on the cycles of migration, the ebb and flow of life that has continued for millennia. It is a future that hangs in the balance, shaped by forces both natural and unseen, by the shifting winds and the silent passage of time. But there is hope, found in the resilience of the wild, in the daily miracles that unfold across these plains. Every birth, every migration, every moment of survival is a victory for nature. The story of Waza is a story of endurance, of adaptation, and of the unbreakable bond between land and life. To protect this world is to honor the legacy of all who have come before, and to safeguard the promise of all who are yet to come. We must remember that every creature here plays a role, that the loss of even one thread can unravel the entire tapestry. The beauty of Waza lies not just in its landscapes, but in the intricate web of life that connects every animal, every plant, every drop of water. The call of the wild is a call to action, a reminder that these wonders are not guaranteed, that they must be cherished and protected. For the world's wild places are more than just scenery. They are the beating heart of our planet, the source of inspiration and the foundation of life itself. Let the images of Waza's elephants and giraffes linger in your mind, a reminder of what is at stake. Let the quiet strength of the lions inspire you to stand up for the voiceless, to be a guardian of the wild. Let the sounds of the African bush echo in your memory, a living symphony that must never fall silent. These wonders are our shared inheritance, a gift from the past and a promise to the future. They are the foundation of thriving ecosystems, the guardians of balance, and the keepers of secrets we have yet to discover. It is our profound responsibility and our greatest privilege to ensure that these magnificent creatures continue to roam the plains of Waza for generations to come. The story of life on Earth is the greatest story ever told, and it is up to us to ensure that it continues wild, untamed, and full of wonder. Beneath the watchful eyes of elephants and the silent flight of birds, another world thrives in Waza National Park, a world often overlooked, yet essential to every heartbeat in this wild sanctuary. Here, amid the endless savanna and scattered woodlands, rare and resilient plants tell their own story of survival, adaptation, and quiet beauty. Take the hardy acacia, its gnarled branches reaching skyward, crowned with delicate feathered leaves. To the untrained eye, it is just another tree, but for the giraffe it is a banquet table. For the antelope, a source of shade. For the birds, a fortress in which to nest. The acacia's thorns are formidable, nature's perfect defense against all but the hungriest browsers, while its roots plunge deep, seeking water far below the sun-baked surface. Scattered across the plains, the baobab stands as a monument to time itself. Its swollen trunk stores precious water, allowing it to endure months of drought, and its bark heals itself from wounds, a testament to the tree's patience and strength. When the rains finally come, the baobab bursts into bloom, offering nectar to bats and insects, and fruit to elephants and baboons. Each fallen fruit carries seeds encased in tough shells, waiting for the perfect moment to take root and begin the cycle anew. Hidden among the grasses, the rare Waza lily unfurls at dawn, its petals catching the morning light. This delicate flower blooms only after the heaviest rains, a silent herald of renewal. Its bulbs rest dormant for years, waiting for the right conditions, a testament to the patience of nature. The fleeting beauty of the Waza lily is a reminder that even the smallest life can hold great significance. The grasses themselves are a marvel of adaptation. Some, like the wiry speargrass, grow in dense tufts, their roots binding the soil and preventing erosion. Others, such as the sweet-smelling guinea grass, provide nourishment for countless grazers. In the dry season, these grasses turn golden, forming a sea of shimmering blades that ripple in the wind, a vital resource for animals enduring the leanest months. Every plant in Waza has a role to play. Creeping vines offer shelter to tiny reptiles, while flowering shrubs attract clouds of butterflies and bees. Termites build towering mounds from chewed grass and soil, aerating the earth and creating nutrient-rich patches where new plants can take hold. Even the fallen leaves and decaying wood return their gifts to the soil, sustaining the next generation of life. Together, these plants form the backbone of the park's ecosystem. They capture the sun's energy, anchor the soil, and create a mosaic of habitats for every creature under Waza's sky. Without them, the elephants would wander in search of food, the birds would have no place to nest, and the great herds would fade away. As the wind stirs the grasses and the shadows lengthen across the plains, the secret world of Waza's plants continues its ancient dance, a story of resilience, cooperation, and life in all its forms. In this wild tapestry, every leaf, every flower, every thorn has its place, reminding us that the true magic of Waza lies not just in its magnificent animals, but in the living green heart that sustains them all. As the fiery sun dips below the horizon, a hush settles across Waza National Park. The golden Savannah, so vibrant by day, slowly transforms under the cool embrace of night. Shadows stretch and deepen, and the world seems to hold its breath until the first notes of the Nocturnal Symphony begin. From the tangled thickets, the piercing call of an African scops owl rings out, a haunting, rhythmic hoot that drifts over the moonlit grasses. Its wide, unblinking eyes scan the ground, searching for the slightest movement. In a flash, the owl swoops silently, its feathers engineered for stealth, snatching a scurrying mouse in the darkness. Nearby, the sharp yelps and giggles of spotted hyenas echo through the stillness. Moving in loose clans, the hyenas patrol their territory, their powerful jaws capable of crushing bone. They are opportunists, feasting on remains left by lions or hunting in packs, their senses finely tuned to every sound and scent carried by the cool night air. A flicker of movement betrays the presence of an aardvark, its long snout twitching as it shuffles through the sand. With powerful claws, it digs into termite mounds, feasting on the insects that swarm in the safety of darkness. Its solitary journey leaves a winding trail, a reminder that many of Waza's secrets unfold only after sunset. Soft rustlings in the grasses reveal the spring hares, their large ears swiveling to catch the faintest hint of danger. With powerful hind legs they bound across the open ground, vanishing in a blur if threatened. Nearby, a civet cat slinks through the undergrowth, its masked face illuminated by the silver glow of the moon, as it searches for ripe fruit and unsuspecting insects. In the still waters of a distant pond, the deep grunts of hippos rise in chorus. Under cover of night they leave the safety of their pools to graze on the dew-soaked grasses, their massive forms almost ghostly in the darkness. Crocodiles, still as fallen logs, wait in silence, their eyes reflecting the starlight. Above, the night sky comes alive with wings. Bats dart and swoop, feasting on clouds of moths and mosquitoes. The soft flutter of their passage is barely audible, a delicate counterpoint to the deeper calls of nightjars and the distant bark of a jackal. Waza's nocturnal world is a tapestry of sights and sounds, subtle, mysterious, and alive with hidden drama. Here survival belongs to the watchful, the silent, and the swift. As the stars wheel overhead and the cool breeze stirs the grasses, the park's true magic is revealed, a living wilderness, forever in motion even when the world sleeps. As dawn approaches, the chorus of the night fades and the creatures of darkness retreat to their hidden dens and burrows. The first light of morning will soon awaken the day-dwellers, but for now the nocturnal symphony belongs to those who thrive in the shadows, keepers of Waza's ancient rhythms, guardians of its deepest mysteries. In Waza National Park, time is measured not by the ticking of a clock, but by the pulse of the seasons, a cycle as old as the land itself. As the dry season tightens its grip, the once lush savanna turns brittle and golden, the grasses whispering as they sway in the relentless wind. Waterholes shrink and vanish, their muddy banks etched with the footprints of desperate visitors. Herds of elephants gather around the last muddy pools, their trunks probing deep for the cool water hidden beneath the cracked surface. Giraffes stretch their necks toward the withered branches of acacia trees, stripping the last green leaves from the highest boughs. Predators prowl the parched land, their senses sharpened by hunger. Lions and hyenas shadow the herds, knowing that every journey to water is fraught with danger. Antelopes, lean and wary, move in tight groups, their eyes and ears ever alert for the flicker of movement in the tall, sun-bleached grass. Dust hangs heavy in the air, and the sun beats down, relentless and unyielding, but then, as if answering an ancient promise, the sky transforms. Dark clouds gather on the horizon, rumbling with distant thunder. The first fat drops of rain splatter on the thirsty earth, sending up the scent of petrichor, the smell of life returning. Soon sheets of rain drench the landscape, and the parched ground drinks deeply, swelling the rivers and filling the empty pans. With the arrival of the wet season, Waza awakens in a burst of green. Grasses shoot up almost overnight, carpeting the savanna in emerald hues. Waterholes brim and overflow, attracting herds of buffalo, zebras, and antelopes who revel in the abundance. Hippos wallow in the cool water, their bellows echoing across the floodplains, while crocodiles glide silently beneath the surface, their eyes just above the waterline. The air vibrates with new life. Frogs sing from the puddles, and insects swarm in glittering clouds, drawing flocks of birds from across the continent. Migratory species arrive in dazzling numbers, flamingos and storks painting the wetlands with colour and movement. Even the trees respond, bursting into bloom and attracting monkeys and civet cats to feast on their sweet fruit. Every creature, from the tiniest dung beetle to the towering elephant, is shaped by these cycles of feast and famine. The seasons dictate the rhythm of migration, the timing of births, and the struggles for survival. In this eternal dance between drought and deluge, Waza's wilderness endures, resilient, ever-changing, and forever wild. Hidden beneath the golden grasses and acacia trees, Waza's rivers and waterholes carve silent veins through the heart of the savanna. These shimmering ribbons of life are more than just water. They are the pulse that sustains the entire ecosystem. As dawn breaks, the first rays of sunlight shimmer across the surface of the Lagone River. Mist rises in delicate curls, cloaking the banks in mystery. At the water's edge, a family of warthogs kneels, snouts muddy as they root for tender shoots softened by the night's dew. Nearby, a pair of crowned cranes glide gracefully across the shallows, their reflections rippling in the glassy water. In the heat of the day, herds of buffalo and antelope converge at the waterholes, their hooves churning the muddy banks. Each step leaves a story, prints pressed deep into the clay, overlapping in a tapestry of survival. Elephants, wise and ancient, use their trunks to dig at the edges, unearthing hidden springs that have nourished generations. Their rumbling calls echo across the plain, a signal that draws other thirsty travellers, a silent pact written in the language of survival. Below the surface, life thrives in secret. Schools of fish dart among the roots of submerged trees. Tiny frogs cling to reeds, their skin glistening as they sing to the coming rain. Even the crocodiles, silent and still, play their part, keeping the balance and ensuring that the weak do not overrun the strong. As dusk settles, the rivers come alive once more. Hippos emerge from their cool refuge, their massive forms casting long shadows. With gentle snorts, they wade through the shallows, grazing on the lush grasses that flourish along the banks. Overhead, flocks of bee-eaters swoop low, feasting on insects drawn to the water's edge. Every creature, great and small, is bound to these precious lifelines. Without them, the mighty herds would scatter, the predators would wander, and the chorus of life would fall silent. In Waza, water is not just a resource, it is the thread that weaves together every story, every struggle, and every triumph in this wild, untamed land. Beneath the towering elephants and sweeping herds, a hidden world thrives, one of small wonders, often overlooked. Welcome to the realm of Waza's insects and tiny creatures, the unsung architects of this vibrant ecosystem. As the sun warms the earth, columns of termites emerge from their labyrinthine mounds. Their castles, sculpted from mud and saliva, rise like miniature skyscrapers against the savannah, each one bustling with purpose. Inside, workers tend to delicate fungal gardens, recycling dead wood and leaves into nourishment that feeds the very soil itself. Their tireless labor quietly sustains the grasslands above. Nearby, lines of leafcutter ants march in perfect unison, each carrying a shard of green many times its own size. Their trails crisscross the savannah, connecting food sources to their underground colonies. With astonishing teamwork, they cultivate their own fungus, shaping a subterranean world as intricate as any city. At the water's edge, jewel-toned dragonflies dart and hover, their gossamer wings flashing in the sunlight. They are the aerial hunters, swift and precise, preying on clouds of mosquitoes and keeping the balance in check. In the reeds, delicate damselflies rest, their slender forms barely a whisper against the rushes. On the ground, dung beetles roll their precious cargo, sculpting spheres from the droppings of larger animals. With unwavering determination, they bury these nutrient-rich balls, aerating the earth and fertilizing the grasses that sustain the herds above. Beneath stones and in the leaf litter, a microcosm unfolds. Brightly coloured beetles scuttle through the shadows, while nimble spiders weave silken webs, patiently waiting for a meal. Tiny frogs, no larger than a thumbprint, leap between dewdrops, their chorus joining the background symphony as dusk approaches. Even the air itself is alive with movement. Butterflies, painted in every hue, flutter from wildflower to wildflower, pollinating the savannah with every delicate landing. Their brief lives add colour and vitality to the landscape, connecting plants across great distances. Every ant, every beetle, every fluttering wing plays a role in this intricate tapestry. They break down the old to nourish the new, keep pests in check and pollinate the next generation of life. In Waza, the smallest creatures are the foundation upon which the great drama of survival unfolds, proving that even the tiniest architects can shape the destiny of an entire wilderness. Beneath the living tapestry of Waza National Park lies a story written in stone, a tale that stretches back millions of years. Here the land itself is an ancient artist, its masterpieces carved by the slow, patient hand of time. Across the savannah, isolated Inselberg's massive granite outcrops rise abruptly from the golden grasses. Their weathered surfaces are etched with cracks and fissures, silent witnesses to eons of wind and rain. These rocky islands provide shelter for lizards and shade for delicate mosses and lichens, creating microhabitats where life clings to every crevice. The soils of Waza tell their own story. In some places, the earth is deep and sandy, its pale grains shaped by ancient rivers and shifting winds. Here, acacia trees take root, their long taproots reaching down to hidden moisture. In other areas, a rusty red loam dominates, rich in iron and minerals. This fertile ground nourishes dense stands of grasses, drawing herds of antelope and buffalo to graze. Scattered throughout the park, dry riverbeds snake across the landscape, their banks lined with pebbles and smooth stones. During the rainy season, these channels awaken with rushing water, carving new paths and depositing fresh layers of silt. Where the water lingers, shallow pans form, temporary oases that nurture a burst of green, attracting birds and thirsty mammals alike. Look closer at the rocks and you'll find more than mere stone. Some bear the marks of ancient floods, their surfaces polished and pitted by long-vanished torrents. Others are studded with quartz crystals, glinting in the sunlight like hidden jewels. Over countless generations, these geological features have shaped the flow of water, the growth of plants, and the movement of animals, quietly guiding the rhythms of life across the savannah. In Waza, the ground beneath your feet is alive with history. Every boulder, every grain of soil, every winding ridge is a chapter in the park's epic saga, a testament to the enduring power of nature's slowest, most patient sculptors. Within the heart of Waza National Park, life is bound together by invisible threads, a complex web of interdependence that holds the entire ecosystem in delicate balance. Here, every creature, from the towering giraffe to the tiniest ant, plays a vital role in the grand tapestry of survival. As the dawn breaks, herds of antelope graze on the dew-kissed grasses, their nibblings stimulating fresh growth and maintaining the savannah's open plains. In their wake, dung beetles arrive, rolling nutrient-rich balls back to their burrows. These tireless recyclers break down waste, returning essential minerals to the soil, which in turn nourishes the roots of acacia and baobab trees. High above, the yellow-billed oxpecker flits from buffalo to giraffe, plucking ticks and parasites from their hides. This partnership is symbiotic. While the birds feast, the mammals are freed from irritation and disease. Down below, termites tunnel through fallen wood, breaking it down into soil and providing a feast for hungry aardvarks and monitor lizards. Predators, too, are part of this intricate dance. Lions stalk the herds, their presence shaping the behavior of antelope and buffalo, preventing overgrazing and allowing the grasslands to renew. When a hunt is successful, the remains of a meal become a banquet for hyenas, vultures, and a host of scavengers, each one cleaning the land and ensuring nothing goes to waste. Even the smallest insects are crucial. Bees and butterflies drift among the wildflowers, pollinating plants that will one day bear fruit and seeds. These seeds, carried by the wind or in the bellies of passing animals, will find new ground and take root, continuing the endless cycle of growth and renewal. In Waza, the balance is fragile. Remove one thread and the entire web could unravel, but together this community of life creates a harmony that has endured for centuries, a living testament to nature's wisdom, where survival depends not on strength alone, but on connection. Here every heartbeat echoes in another, and the story of one is, in truth, the story of all. In the wild expanse of Waza National Park, every day is a testament to resilience, a struggle against the relentless challenges woven into the fabric of life. Here, survival is not guaranteed. It is earned again and again through courage, instinct, and adaptation. As the dry season tightens its grip, the once flourishing grasslands turn brittle and golden beneath the unyielding sun. Waterholes shrink to muddy pools, their surfaces cracked and shrinking, forcing animals from across the savannah to converge in uneasy truce. Elephants, with their keen memory, lead their herds across vast distances in search of hidden springs, their heavy footfalls stirring clouds of dust. But the journey is perilous, food grows scarce, and the weakest often fall behind, calves and elders left vulnerable to the ever-watchful eyes of predators. Competition for these precious resources is fierce. Herds of antelope and buffalo jostle at the water's edge, their flanks heaving with thirst, while wary eyes scan the reeds for danger. Crocodiles lurk beneath the surface, perfectly still, waiting for a careless step. Each visit to drink is a gamble, a moment of necessity shadowed by risk. Predators too face their own trials. As prey grows lean and elusive, lions must rely on patience and teamwork, stalking through the parched grasses under the cloak of dusk. A single misstep, a shift in the wind, and the herd bolts, leaving hungry bellies and restless nights. For the cheetah, the fastest on the plains, a chase demands energy that is not easily replaced. Failure can mean the difference between life and death. Even the smallest creatures feel the strain. Insects search tirelessly for dwindling blooms, while birds soar higher, scouring the land for insects or seeds. Competition is everywhere, between species, within herds, and even among siblings, yet in these trials life persists. Some will falter, but others will adapt, learning new ways to endure. The savannah's hardships shape its inhabitants, forging strength in the face of adversity and ensuring that only the most resourceful survive. Waza's wildlife is a living portrait of determination, a reminder that in nature every challenge is an opportunity and every struggle a vital chapter in the story of life. As dawn breaks over Waza National Park, the golden light spills across the savannah, illuminating not just the wonders of today but the promise of tomorrow. Though the challenges of survival are ever present, Waza's future is being shaped by quiet revolutions, innovations that ripple through the landscape, unseen yet profound. In the heart of the park, tiny transmitters nestle discreetly behind an elephant's ear or beneath the feathers of a rare bird. These silent sentinels beam signals skyward, weaving a digital tapestry of movement and migration. Through satellite eyes, scientists trace the ancient pathways of herds and flight patterns of flocks, unraveling mysteries that have persisted for generations. This knowledge forms the backbone of protection, allowing waterholes to be replenished at critical moments and corridors to remain open for safe passage. Elsewhere, camera traps hidden among acacia thorns capture the secret lives of elusive creatures, a leopard padding softly beneath the stars, a pangolin unfurling for a midnight meal. Each image is a puzzle piece, guiding new strategies to safeguard vulnerable species as the climate shifts and habitats evolve. The plants of Waza, too, hold secrets for the future. Botanists study drought-resistant grasses and resilient acacias, seeking ways to restore the land and ensure that the cycles of life continue, even as rain patterns grow unpredictable. Seeds, carefully gathered and catalogued, rest in cool, dark vaults, a living library ready to replenish the earth when needed most. And high above, drones glide silently, mapping the ever-changing mosaic of forest, grassland, and wetland. Their data shapes the park's future, revealing hidden dangers and new opportunities for growth. With each flight, they become the eyes of tomorrow's guardians. Though no human foot treads these scenes, their impact echoes in every innovation, every breakthrough, every hope sown for the next generation. The young antelope, leaping through the morning mist, carries within it the legacy of survival and the promise of a thriving future. The ancient baobab, its roots deep and strong, stands as witness to change and to resilience. In Waza National Park, the future is not a distant dream but a living reality, unfolding, adapting and enduring. With every sunrise, new possibilities emerge, ensuring that the wild heart of Cameroon will beat on, vibrant and free, for generations yet to come.